Tonight, a Minnesota man is sharing his story with us for the first time since he was exonerated of a burglary conviction nearly 3 decades ago. The pardon comes 18 years after Sherman Townsend was released from prison for a crime that he didn't commit. Joe McCoy has more on his journey to this point and how Townsend is moving forward.
Sitting on his porch in Minneapolis is something Sherman Townsend does for a couple hours a day.
I get bored after that.
The 75-year-old
Gotta go find something else to do.
lives a quiet and simple life.
It's a relief, a very big relief.
But for Townsend, this freedom on his porch is not something he takes for granted.
You know, when you've been falsely convicted, you didn't have a lot of trust for the corrections department, you know.
In 1998, he was convicted of first-degree burglary and sentenced to 20 years in prison. However, in 2007, David Jones, the only eyewitness who framed Mr. Townsend for the crime, came forward while in prison himself and admitted in extreme detail, including drawings, to being the true perpetrator. KARE 11 was there a few months later in 2007 when Townsend was released from prison with time served.
Just new chance in life. One of my top prayers with God was, God, please don't let my mother die while I'm in prison. He got me out 5 months. I got to spend 5 months with her, and she died.
However, for the past 18 years, this crime was still on Townsend's record until Wednesday.
It's been a long process, but a really gratifying result.
Jevin Binman is a pro bono attorney with the Great North Innocence Project, helping represent Townsend, who was the organization's first ever client back in 2002.
To be in the hearing at the Board of Pardons, to hear that unanimous vote, and then have the entire audience go into applause for Sherman was really just an amazing moment.
I didn't do the crime. I didn't want to die with that on my record that I did do this crime.
His top prayer was to get out of prison before his mom died. His second prayer is one many Minnesotans can relate to.
Lord, don't let me die before the Vikings win the Super Bowl. What can I tell you?
In Minneapolis, Joe McCoy, KARE 11 News.
Now, besides his freedom, Townsend says the thing that he lost most during his 10 years in prison was the ability to put money away towards retirement.